What's going on, all you wild Frankenstein enthusiasts? Your two favorite
Ooh.
rascals are back here for Cinephiles. Doing more 31 Days of Horror. And just when he thought movies couldn't get any worse, Rob Zombie returns once again with a brand new film of the awesome 60s show, The Munsters.
I guess we're gonna have to get used to it.
And Uncle Henry, what do we got for him tonight?
Ooh, Henry Munster over here. Yeah, we're going to go over The Munsters, the new Rob Zombie film. Not sure if anybody was asking for it or wanted it, other than Mr. Rob Zombie. This is his passion film. He's been wanting to make a Munsters movie. He was able to secure some budget, not very much, unfortunately. He wasn't able to spend too much on this movie, nor should he been allowed to. You know, his latest movies have been dud after dud, just dull, bad acted films, not good scripts. I mean, Rob's been striking out and hasn't put out a good movie for a while now. And unfortunately, The Munsters is one of his worst. I had a terrible time watching this movie, was bored. I sat through it in increments. I think it took me four increments of like 20, 30 minutes at a time. This movie is not cohesive at all. It feels like a bunch of scenes, patched together. The comedy falls flat for me. The cast, Sherry Moon Zombie, awful, just awful acting in this. Like, it's supposed to be her, finding love with Herman Munster after Herman Munster's created and everything by Igor in the Mad Laboratory in Transylvania. But the two of them, there's no spark there. Sherry Moon Zombie does this with their fingers. Oh, Hermie. Like, I couldn't get into it at all. Really awful movie. God.
Man, there's nothing you like about that. And I would really have to agree with you on this. I watched this yesterday. Just hit Netflix. I was super excited about it. This is Zombie's passion project he's been trying to put together forever. Huge fan of the series, much like myself. So I thought he was going to take his time, craft this out, write a good script, bring back the love for the Munsters into a modern generation in 2022. And doesn't bring any of that. I was, really disappointed and underwhelmed by this film. The redeeming qualities about this is really the costume design, has that feel of the show, set design. They built the house, I think they in Romania, filmed this, but just everything else, just like you said, patched together. It just wasn't cohesive. The story was pretty boring. Didn't really care about the characters. The love story, the inception of Herman Munster and how he got together with Lily, and then you have the Count, Dan Roebuck, which is always great. Zombie movies. He's there for the comedic relief. A few funny parts is pretty good, but he felt like in the vein of the original character. And I thought he did a good job. But yeah, the main characters being Herman and Lily, Sherry Moon Zombie. Once again, terrible performance, if you call it that. There's some other actresses out there that I would have picked over, his wife, but it's Zombie, whatever. He's gonna do what he wants to do. It just doesn't pay off. And yeah, overall movie just fell flat for me. Hollow, nothing to it. A lot of editing. A movie you'd probably see straight to VHS. See straight to DVD at Walmart.
There's no reason this movie should have been almost 2 hours long. It's just absolutely no reason. This could have been done in a short 90 minutes at least, at the most. The music, the score for it, not there. Nothing stood out to me. The logo is pretty cool. He's got a cool logo there. I'll give him that. He's got some good costumes. Like you mentioned, the MVP, if anything to take away from this film, Dan Roebuck was a good, the Count there. He was good. Grandpa Munster, if you will. But just the writing, like even the jokes, like just terrible jokes. Nothing. It's supposed to be funny. I didn't laugh. Come on, man. I tried my hardest, but this movie just didn't do it for me at all. It's flat. One of the worst movies I've seen in a long time.
Tell us how you really feel there, you wild ghoul.
I know. And I'm like I said, I'm usually pretty generous. If I take some redeeming qualities and boost up the score, this one, there just wasn't anything redeeming for me. Outside of the costumes, the colors, but a movie doesn't stand alone on that. You got to have a good story overall, and it's got to be cohesive. If it's going to be, have some comedy in it, at least make me laugh. I didn't laugh. And I cringed every time Sherry Moon Zombie. If anything to take away from this, awful acting. Gosh, just really bad. Herman Munster was okay, okay. But again, if you don't have the writing behind your character, you can only do so much. You know, he was a big goofball, as to be expected. I didn't like his platform shoes. He kind of looked goofy, and the "I got you, babe" part was just, why
Unintentionally
I
funny.
mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a love letter to the show, but no, it didn't work at all for me. So with that being said, I've already tore this movie to shreds. You can tell I didn't like it, hated it, in fact. Bad all around. I shouldn't even give it this score, but I'm going to. I'm going to give Rob Zombie's new film, The Munsters, now streaming on Netflix. If you dare, don't do it. It's a dare not worth taking. I'm going to give The Munsters a 1 out of 5 Grandpa Munster hair pieces.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. There's nothing really good about this movie. You watch it once and you forget about it, which I already did. Huge fan of the show. If you guys want some good Munsters, watch the original show. Phenomenal. It still holds up all these years later. I expected more from Zombie, but I also didn't, because just with his recent movies, it just have been terrible. And I thought he would have put some more love into this, and he had the budget to make a beautiful house, set design, everything work. Just everything else fell flat. It didn't. When we watch movies or TV shows, we want good characters, we want good stories, and nothing was there. Just really hollow movie that was cut and pasted together, and some really bad performances, honestly. And this is probably one of the few times we're going to say this month for 31 Days of Horror, movie we don't recommend. But if you're looking to throw something in the background while you're decorating your house for Halloween, toss this in. That's good. You don't have to pay attention to it. You won't miss anything. So that being said, I'm going to give Rob Zombies, The Munsters, 1 out of 5 shame on zombie hair pieces. Want to hear from all you wild monster impersonators. What did you like about Zombies, The Munsters? What didn't you like about it? Honestly, tell us. We want to hear about it. Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to click subscribe. Also, check out these wild ghouls on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our website, cinefellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news and reviews. And
Ooh, it's been a scary month. This one was really frightful in a bad way. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. And this 31 Days of Horror rages on. We're going to keep on reviewing movies and TV shows. We got an exciting month to come before All Hallows Eve and before he returns home. Thank you guys for joining us for this review of Rob Zombie's The Munsters. Until the next 31 Days of Horror, I'm horrifying Henry.
And I'm Lucious Logan.
Cheers! Signing out from Transylvania.
Ooh, hey, Herbie. Ooh.